Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone 0, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. This week is going to be a rather slow one because of Chinese New Year, but there are still some things to look out for. Starting off with in-game news, there is a new code, ZZZCUTENESS in all caps, but unfortunately it does not provide any polychromes. However, it does give some monies and some level up materials. But later this week, starting on the 25th, we will have double drops in the routine cleanup, aka the area patrol. This means you'll be able to get twice as many disk drives every day. This double drop period will last from the 25th, so Wednesday, until the 3rd of March. Speaking of the 3rd of March though, I cannot believe that it's almost March already and February is almost over, but that just means that this is going to be your last call for purchasing anything that you need from the monthly shops before they reset next week. So that means the Scott Outpost Logistics shop as well as the discounted rolls over in the Signal shop. This will also mark the last full week of Phase 1 in patch 2.6. So be sure to get Suna and Yishen now while you still can before their banners roll over next week to Arya and Yuzuha. Otherwise, on Friday, it will be our regularly scheduled Deadly Assault reset. The 3 bosses on rotation this time will be the Discordant Solo, the Defiler, and the Wandering Hunter. On the topic of the Discordant Solo though, specifically in Deadly Assault, in the 2.7 beta, the stage buff has been changed actually. Currently, it increases crit damage by 40%, and upon entering Aether Veil, the squad gains a stacking buff that increases anomaly build-up by 8% per stack, as well as anomaly damage by 15% per stack. Both of these stack up to 3 times. However, in the 2.7 beta, this new buff just flat out increases anomaly build-up by 15%, as well as anomaly damage by 30%. And then specifically, when entering Aether Veil, the boss's stun damage multiplier increases by 30%. Technically speaking, the anomaly damage multipliers are a little bit less, being 15 rate up and 30 anomaly damage, versus the cap of 24 anomaly rate and 45 anomaly damage if you manage to stack the current buff up 3 times. But this is still a welcome change because now, the anomaly agent buffs aren't locked behind a limited Aether Veil mechanic. And let's say that you do have access to Aether Veil, then simply the benefit you get for it is a much more widespread reward of the increased stun damage multiplier, as opposed to only specifically rewarding anomaly. The new buff is a more healthy approach in my opinion, where it keeps a lot of strategies viable, but if you do decide to use a specific team, then you are rewarded more so than any of the other possibilities. As opposed to before, where it felt more like you were being pigeonholed into a specific team, and deviating from that specific team would get you punished. Because before, it was almost basically exclusively an Angels of Delusion boss. Not only is it resistant to fire and ice, while being weak to ether, which heavily emphasizes Arya of all agents, in terms of anomaly agents at least, but also needing an Aether Veil agent, like say Suna, to get the anomaly buffs. But now though, in the new version, since the anomaly buff will always be available, this could mean that things like Jane and Alice will stand a chance, and if you happen to bring an Aether Veil agent, now you get even more damage when stunning the boss, although it is not necessary. But with the in-game news and the mini speculation zone out of the way though, you know what time it is. If you would like to top up on some polychromes yourselves, why not try using LD Shop? Especially considering you can get top-up options cheaper through LD Shop than you would in-game, with discounts of up to nearly 22% for new users. For example, purchasing an internet membership through LD Shop costs only $3.87 compared to the $5 if you were to purchase it in-game. And topping up is really easy. All you need is your in-game user ID and your server. Once you fill those in, you can click on top up, choose your payment method, and within seconds your order is completed and you can see the rewards in-game. And yes, you can even get the double bonus for first time top-ups. LD Shop is a trusted and authorized service that is 100% safe and legitimate. Also, if you use my link in the description when you register on LD Shop, you will also get a 5% off coupon to use. And if you spend over $80, you will also gain a VIP membership, which can earn you free internet memberships and regular coupons. Once again, you can check out the description and the pinned comment to start saving with LD Shop. Moving on to the social media side of things, as mentioned, since it is the Chinese New Year period now over the last week, things have been relatively slow. But we did get a Gilded Carrot Day celebration post featuring the siblings as well as the Angels of Delusion hanging out at random play. There was also a few birthdays over the past week, namely Jane and Anby's. So happy birthday to them, as well as anybody else who has a birthday in the coming week. And then there are a few Angels of Delusion collaborations to mention. The first is a collaboration with Virgin Media O2, as in the Virgin Media, as in part of the Virgin Airlines group. I know, I'm just as surprised as you are. But there will be both an on-site and an online portion of this collaboration. Firstly, for the offline in-person one, there will be an immersive support hub based in London. So starting from the 24th of February until the 5th of March, by visiting a Virgin Media gamepad, you can stand a chance to win official Angels of Delusion merch, and specifically this weekend on the 28th, you'll have a higher chance of winning exclusive giveaways as well as getting a chance to meet some Angels of Delusion cosplayers. But even if you can't make it in person to one of these gamepad events, there is also the O2 Priority app. And with this app, you'll also be able to get a chance to win some exclusive online rewards from anywhere in the world. Speaking of anywhere in the world though, how about a collaboration over in Japan too? Also starting on the 25th of February will be a collaboration with Maneki Neko Karaoke. During this collaboration period, there will be special drinks themed around the 3 Angels of Delusion, as well as original merchandise, with limited edition art available as well, with select stores also having special collaboration rooms. But otherwise though, as mentioned, this week was a rather relaxed one in terms of news, thanks to all of the celebrations. But you can be sure that next week, things will pick up once again, especially with Phase 2 approaching, which will mean that Arya is on her way, and we'll be sure to get lots of promotional material surrounding her. But if you made it to the end though, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, liking, commenting and subscribing is greatly appreciated. Until next time, bye bye!